From the team that brought you the Haunted Files on ParaFlixx comes a new way to experience the unknown. This is the Haunted Files Unplugged, where the lights are low, the stories are raw, and the truth is stranger than fiction. Join Mike Delcoro, Eric Vanderlaan, and their special guests as they dive into the dark corners of the paranormal. From hauntings and cryptids to UFO encounters and everything in between. No filters, no scripts, just pure, unfiltered conversation from the world beyond. You're listening to the Haunted Files Unplugged. Holy motherfucker!
Happy Monday, everybody. I'm Eric Vanderlaan, your host of the Haunted Files Unplugged radio show. I was going to mess it up, right, Mike? And I got my other host right here.
What's up, guys? Mike Delcoro, and we got an awesome show for you guys tonight. I'm going to let Eric continue telling us.
Yeah, this is going to be a great Monday because we got an amazing guest. We got Tammie Chavez from Hollyweird Paranormal. Not Hollywood, Hollyweird.
That's right.
Yeah, Hollywood is weird, and they got a lot of weird stuff. And Mike, I made a little intro for her. I hope she likes it. You want to see it?
I sure do. Let's check it out.
All right, here we go. Bam.
Awesome.
You know, I had to throw in that David Sloan picture.
That's right. I was like, is that David?
We'll mention that. Yeah. Tammie, I wasn't stalking your social media, but yeah, I was, but in a professional way. So without further ado, let's bring our guest on the show. Welcome. Tammie.
Hi. Oh, I love that intro. I'm going to need a copy of that now.
I'll send it to you.
It's like, wow, okay. Got my good angles. I trust.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. We're honored. And tell the folks who you are, what you do, where you're from.
Sure.
My name is crazy like us.
Yes, absolutely. I'm the same level as crazy, probably crazier. But my name is Tammie Chavez, and I'm originally from New Orleans. So I come from a very haunted city, and I have a big background in theater, which got me involved in trying to understand what goes bump in the night, especially in a haunted theater. So that's where I had a lot of my first experiences. And then I transitioned to moving my career and everything to Los Angeles. And I've been here ever since 2009. I've done work behind the scenes for films and television, done work on the red carpet. So I've had my fair share of working in pretty haunted locations like film sets, sound stages, and even theaters here and schools. So that really...
Have you been on the set of Ghost Adventures at their locations?
Yes, actually, I started Hollyweird Paranormal because of the hauntings that I was experiencing at a school that I worked out of in Hollywood. And I wanted to talk about places in Hollywood that were off the beaten path, not your typical Queen Mary, Black Dahlia ghost stories. We love her. We love them, those old so-and-sos. But I wanted to spotlight other places that weren't given their haunted flowers. And then we fast tracked to 2021. I get an email from Ghost Adventures, from their producer.
Nice.
And they're like, hey, we've been watching you. I'm like, yeah, you have, because a lot of our listeners have been noticing a similar and eerie resemblance of our, the places, just like the order of our episodes is matching with your episodes too, all of a sudden. So they're like, yes, we've been listening. We want to know if you can help us and work with us. So I've been working with them ever since, back just behind the scenes.
You never know who's watching.
You that is so true. We're a little indie podcast that, we caught a lot of ears and eyes, and we caught the big one with Ghost Adventures. And I
We've been
just
around for a while. I think we've been like following each other on social media for a good time.
since
Mhm.
2018, 2019. We've
Yeah.
been around since then. But yeah, it's I mean, we've been going at it. I mean, I'm constantly immersed in this world and working with some really good people, meeting some really good people like yourselves, and
Okay, thank you.
being able to work with Ghost Adventures, that was like, that I would never imagine. I just shot an episode with them a couple months ago here in Hollywood at the Waddles Mansion. I investigated with Billy and Zach. So now I have that on my on my bucket list.
Well, if they're searching for places in Florida, they can watch our show and reach out to us.
Exactly. I know they
Hook 'em
have to
up.
like knock Zach out because he can't fly. He has a fear of flying. And
Oh, yeah, that's
road
right.
trip.
so yeah, that's why they were struggling to find places around California and Nevada. So I was, trying to get them in connection with some places and some really good people. And I think they might have a couple more seasons. I have a feeling they maybe have 2 more. I think they're ready to retire at this
Oh,
point.
really?
hmm
I
I could
wanted
tell,
I
like
wanted
when I shot
Patty,
with Zach.
because we were talking a little bit backstage, and we all know Patty Negree, and
Yes.
I gave her a pair of my goggles. I was hoping she was going to show them to the guy, to the guys,
I'm
to Zach
surprised
and
she
them.
hasn't.
I
We
know.
used them. That's why I bought a pair. I was like, Miguel, I bought a pair. We used them. I investigated with Patty and Linda the Ghost Hunter at the Women's Club of Hollywood. And those were amazing. So much stuff was happening around the person that was using them. I'm like capturing all these weird anomalies. I'm like, whenever we do the S's with just the plain blindfold, yeah, we get a couple weird things, but
This is on
I don't know.
steroids.
Right?
It
It's
is.
almost like, and we get the same. I get the same reports from many different people, and that's what's really interesting about it. Not only does the person that's doing the experiment get amplified results, it's almost like the whole area, like the person's so immersed
Mhm.
that
True.
you're getting so much activity in the, like we've had it happen where we're starting to get like bangs and slams around in the room.
Yes.
Were happening. It's like, it's wild.
We were hearing that, Mike. And what do you think that is? Like,
I
what
just
is it?
So
Like,
my whole theory on the deal was, somebody smarter than me came up with this years and years ago. Not the whole thing, but taking the ping pong balls and cutting them in half and putting them over the eyes and shining a red light, like the government started doing in the 70s to test ESP. But the Gansfeld experiment, which was where that derived from, was created even way before that. In parapsychology.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I was always thinking, maybe these people, they were calling it hallucinations and different things. And I'm like, what if this is not that? What if it's you're getting in this state and you're actually tuning in to something else? And that's why I wanted to mix it with the Estes method instead of just the white noise or pink noise or brown noise. Mix it with the spirit box and see what kind of results we're getting. And as soon as we did that, it was just like night and day. So I think that we're really just kind of tapping into something.
It's funny that you said hallucinations, because Patty described it as tripping on acid, but without the drugs.
Yes, exactly, Eric.
it
That's
with her
what
at
that
the-
girl said when she put them on.
Oh, really?
It was amazing to see that from the outside. Just like she was moving. She's like, "Who's touching my shoulder?" We're like, "We're sitting yards away from you." Like, I'm taking I have them posted, the pictures of her wearing them. And I was like, damn it, baby. Like, take my money, Mike. Just take it. Like, there you go. I bought a pair literally like weeks after. I was like, I need to get a pair.
We're friends with a team in Georgia called Cross the Line Paranormal. And the leader of that team, James, he'll have his daughter come in and investigate, and she loves to do the Delco. So I didn't tell this to Mike because I just found out, but James sent me a video of them doing the Delco, and James is on one side of his daughter, and he starts walking to the other side. In the middle of the session, she's like following him while he's walking, and you can see him like making really soft steps so she can't feel it. It was really freaky.
Just so people know that are watching or listening, when I make those, right? So it's a backlighting panel, and I kind of cut it into like two circles, like they're connected like this, almost looks like a figure eight, and then I fold them in half, so you got light on the outside, so people can see that they're on and they look cool. Like that's the only purpose of the light on the outside, and then you have the light on the inside. So there is absolutely no way to see through those. It's two backlights. It's a backlight made for electronics, electroluminescent panels. The other reason why I use electroluminescent panels is they're not bad for your eyes. They're designed to be looked at.
Good. Okay.
So they're safe. And yeah, so there's absolutely no way to see through them at all.
My other question too. I mean, it was astonishing, and I can't wait to be testing more with them. Like, that was such a cool little like concoction you made up. But I feel like the Delco is also like, it sounds like a dance move. Like we're getting down with the Delco.
Hey, you want to do the Delco?
We did the Delco in Hollywood. Really? Yeah.
So speaking of Hollywood, so you were talking about that you go to places or let people know about these places that most people don't know. What would you consider of a place in Hollywood, or I guess Los Angeles, that area, that you think is super haunted that no one knows about? If you had to pick one of those places.
I just went to it a couple of days ago, and we made some pretty amazing communication with a lot of people that are in and out of there. And it's called the Hollywood Distillery. And it's off of Santa Monica Boulevard. And it's right across the street. It faces the Hollywood Cemetery. And this distillery in the 1940s was a mortuary. And that whole strip in front of the cemetery of Hollywood Forever was known as Mortuary Row. It was just a row of businesses that used to sell caskets, tombstones, flowers. And they used to have, be places where you would prepare bodies for cremation and for burial at the cemetery.
I love it. And funeral parlor.
Yeah, it was a former funeral. It was a humongous place. And they were showing me pictures, and in front of this former mortuary, they had a little like display of tombstones. Like, they made a little like fake cemetery on the side. So if people wanted to view certain tombstones and plaques, they had it there on standby for them. It was really interesting. And now today, a year later, I think as of 1 year they've been open, it turned into the Hollywood Distillery. So they create bourbon, gin, and vodka derived from dates. And they're delicious.
I thought you were going to say derived from the dead bodies.
I asked them that too, and they're like, "That's the next batch." I'm like, "Oh gosh, But they have cocktails named after famous dead people buried across the street. So they have another concoction called the Judy Ruby. It's based off of Judy Garland, and it's like color red. It's really delicious. But we went to go interview the managers. They've all had unusual experiences, hearing voices, hearing their names. And I always go to these places with a medium. So I went with my friend, who's also an investigator, Tawny Lewis, and she, was picking up on a rotating door of people coming in and out, and people who used to work in the mortuary. And I mean, there were things that were happening there while we were there. And we're going to go back and do another investigation more in depth to see,
anyone famous?
So I don't want to say his name, but this was funny because Tawny was picking up on a man, and she was like, there's a musician. He passed away kind of young. He used to write a lot. He was a poet. And she was describing him. And I'm like, and me and the bartender were like, the manager were like, oh my God, that's so-and-so from this rock band. And she's like, I don't know. I listened to Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, and Prince, so I really don't know this man's music. But
she was speaking to Jim Morrison.
Well, he was this guy was a little, I think recent, and I want to be careful because his family is still
Yeah.
around,
Right.
but we were asking questions based on what she was picking up, and it turned out like he wanted beer and cigarettes. Like, I'm like, what do you want? And it seemed like he wanted something to drink, that he came just to enjoy the vibes and to have a good beer. So we were listing the beers. He wanted Pabst Blue Ribbon. I'm going on my phone, and it's checking, yep, that's what he used to drink. And the cigarettes, that's what he used to smoke. Exactly. And we brought the dead bell, and we went into the bar, and we were like, where do you want to sit? And the bell kept on ringing at this one specific seat by the end of the bar. And I think we're going to make him a little chair and a little plaque, and we're going to leave him beer and cigarettes for him. But that was pretty much a really like astonishing and very interesting location. People who don't believe in the paranormal that were working there were having experiences. So we were going based off of their experiences and going into locations where,
How long has
there
the
were
distillery been there?
a year. It's been there for
Okay.
1 year. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
they've been doing pretty
most
well.
likely the spirit wasn't there when it was a distillery.
Well, we were picking up on other entities that were coming through, one that was connected to one of the partners, the owners, and then another one that may have been a part of the mortuary.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
it was very interesting, like what we were picking up and what myself and Tawny were picking up, and who knows like what is coming through. But they thought that they had Judy Garland coming through, because the manager one morning when she was opening by herself said that she heard a woman calling out to her. And she was like, I don't know, just the twang and the way she spoke, it sounded like Judy. And I want to believe it's Judy because she's buried across the street. So that's where she came up with the drink. And Lord knows what other drinks they're going to come up with. But we have a feeling that they're going to have a lot of visitors, and they do. And they were definitely making themselves known that afternoon we were there.
Very
Wow.
cool. Well,
Mhm.
Ghost Adventures did film in Florida, and they filmed at a funeral parlor called the Riddle House,
I remember
and
that.
it's in West Palm Beach. And Mike and I can't tell you how many times we investigated
That
that
was
place
the first time we've ever tested the Delco goggles was in that
in
attic.
the attic.
And we were the first
Whoa,
people to investigate in the attic since Ghost Adventures.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very cool little tidbit of information there.
yeah.
But yeah, that place is amazing
Isn't
as
that
well.
And
cool? Like, we were just talking about this earlier, like to go into a place that you haven't investigated, or no, I mean, that hasn't been investigated or hasn't been investigated in a long time. Like,
mhm.
I feel like that's so exciting.
Well, we
Oh
got
yeah,
and we this new location. I'm not going to say the name, but
Hmm.
that we're going to be investigating soon. No one's investigated it,
That's
and
so,
there's
yep.
been eyewitnesses of paranormal activity there,
I
and
love that.
I know
Hmm.
the background of that place so well. I connect with like it's a bar, and the regulars like I connected with them back when I used to work there in college, and there's plaques of them that passed away that I knew that's still on the wall in the bar. So
And we're talking about bars, distilleries,
Wow.
things of that nature, and a lot of people were, that was their second home. Some
yeah,
places,
That's
the
true.
regulars,
they
yeah,
they the regulars there, they spend a lot of their time there, and these were
That
like,
is
maybe
true.
they didn't have a real close family, but they considered, because there was a bar that I used to hang out with, hang out at when I was younger, and there was a couple guys in there, and they were there every day, and they would hang out and talk to the bartenders, and that was like their family, you
Well,
know.
there's
Yeah.
a bar that we investigated in Cooper City, Florida. It's close to Fort Lauderdale called the Angry Warthog.
Hmm.
And we were communicating with a regular, and we had
Yeah.
devices like he has his name like carved into the actual bar, like, on top of the wood. And that was his spot. That's where he sat every single day. And we were like picking him up. It's pretty
That's
crazy.
going to be really interesting to see if you pick up on any of those people you worked with, or, who used to work there at that location that you're going to investigate that hasn't been investigated. That's
Yeah.
going to be very interesting to see. I'm sure they're probably going to come forward, and they're probably going to remember you or whatnot,
I'm
but
gonna stir some shit up. No, but in a good way, respectful way. But James Cummings, we were just talking about you earlier.
Yeah, not in a
Everything
good
good,
way.
nothing bad.
I'm just kidding. Always good for sure with James.
We investigated a theater with him, and
We did.
TIFF.
The TIFF Theater and the library and Tifton.
Yeah,
Library was pretty weird. Like it
You gotta
reminded me
tell-
of Ghostbusters.
right.
But
Oh yeah.
I was waiting for
but
books
just-
to fly out.
a lot of
That
lot
library
of-
is here, actually.
Is it?
You
Apparently.
know, you
Yeah.
thought the regular Delco is pretty wild. We did a new experiment for the first time at the TIFF Theater, and I'll let Mike
Yes, we did.
talk about that. It's
Yeah,
amped
so
up, literally.
I'm always looking to try different things, right? And I wanted to see what we could come up with to even amplify the Delco even more, right? And I found a thing called TDCS, which is TCDS, transcranial direct current stimulation, and they use it for therapy. They use it for basically you're sending little impulses, like little shock waves into your
Right.
brain, and they use it for cognitive reasons, like for if you're learning. They're still testing it and doing, but it is safe again.
Of course, we tested on ourselves.
Yes, and they do sell this device, regularly available. But so basically what I did is I put it on. It's like these little diodes that go onto your scalp, and they kind of stick on there,
Your
and
brain's
then
getting zapped.
and it shoots milliamps, very small voltage impulses into your brain. And I made a little clip for the episode to explain it, and I'm just going to run that little clip. It'll explain it better than me talking about it.
Transcranial direct current stimulation, TDCS, is a non-invasive neuromodulation technique that involves applying a low electrical current to specific areas of the brain through electrodes placed on the scalp. This method aims to modulate neuronal activity and has gained attention for its potential in cognitive enhancement, rehabilitation, and treating various neurological conditions. The electrical stimulation is believed to influence neuronal excitability, promoting or inhibiting synaptic activity. While TDCS shows promise in enhancing learning, memory, and motor functions, ongoing research aims to better understand its mechanisms, optimize protocols, and explore its therapeutic applications in conditions such as depression, chronic pain, and neurological disorders. The Haunted Files team is going to test this method in conjunction with the Delco experiment to see if this will help communicate with the afterlife.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was weird.
And that's so
Yep.
cool that you're doing that, because I was looking into something similar. There are devices that are like thousands of dollars to study the brain waves, and I wanted to do an experiment like that in a location to see how our brain waves change while activity is
That
happening
is something
around
that
us.
I've been wanting to do as well.
Right?
And the problem is, even if I bought the machine, I wouldn't even know what the hell to do with it. What we need is
Yeah.
a neuroscientist out there that can bring
My
this
daughter.
machine, right?
She got a degree in neuroscience.
So we need
No, that's
somebody that is skilled in this, that can come out and read the radio waves and
Exactly.
look at them and say, like, all right, look at this change here. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see, what's going on in the brain, why this is happening, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, totally. So this is a
Yeah.
thing you can buy on Amazon, and they're like, it's like
Mhm.
$100 and something bucks, and it just kind of sends. It's not reading, it's just sending pulses in. But I know exactly what you're talking about. Something where you could see the.
Yeah,
the
it comes
sine
with
wave.
a program. Yeah, and that's where it's like,
I looked
that's
into that
gonna
one
be-
too. They have like a laptop program and everything.
Yes.
And you plug it into it
Mhm.
like USB, and then you have to. But
Yeah.
I got lost. I was like starting to get into it, and I was like, all right, you know what? This is too much.
Like, this is giving me a headache. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I need to go back to the TDCS to give myself a little bit, get rid of this headache I just gave myself. But yeah, no, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to get somebody that's interested
Yep.
in the paranormal, that's willing to come out and do this with one of us, because I kind of want to see what's going on there for sure.
That sounds like a really good plan. I mean, to think
And
of
also,
like how, yeah.
I was gonna say, I also want to send in find like a couple teams and get like our best EVPs, like one from like each team, and send a group of them into like a voice specialist, and don't tell them what they are, and just say, tell us what these recordings are of, and see if they can make it out or figure out what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
run
If it's
mine
human
through
voice.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I don't make jokes. I was going to use it too. I was going to take a spirit box and take my phone and put the spirit box up to the Chat GPT and say, hey, listen and tell me if you hear any words. Make any words that you can make out.
It's a
And
good
then
experiment.
Hey,
and then
why
have
not?
and see if it can pick up words. Like
Yeah,
basically like doing
we're doing that.
the Estes.
Yeah. I love doing those types of experiments. I think it's great to think outside the box, especially while investigating.
I mean, if you told ChatGPT, if you said, hey, listen, I'm going to play a sweeping radio station and I want you to pick out any words that you can make out why this is going, I think it would try to do it. I don't know.
What if we like just sat there and let it like go and just be completely quiet and see if it picks up anything
That too.
that we can't hear?
You can put it in like voice mode, like where it's listening.
That's true.
And just have it listening and see if it starts talking anything.
That's
like
true.
Connect it to a mic or maybe connect to a Zoom recorder.
Yep, there you go. Now you're thinking.
To a computer. Yeah. There you go. Get it done, Mike. Let's go.
And bring your ass to California, damn it.
Yeah.
With all your gear.
Yeah, seriously, that'd be fun. And we'll like investigate with Patty.
Exactly. I did distillery. Maybe.
Oh, and that too. Yeah. At the distillery, at the Women's Club in Hollywood. That place was also crazy. I mean, there's so many great places here that people really don't know about. So
That's very cool. Like, and the places that you're talking about are like similar places that we have here. Like, if Mike remembers the History Fort Lauderdale, it's like 3 buildings that we used to investigate. The New River Inn, which was the oldest hotel in Fort Lauderdale, and then they had the Cromartie House, which they moved across from the river, which is like an old pioneer home, and then they have a replica, an old schoolhouse. But inside the New River Inn, they had one room that was dedicated to the women's club, and we would get crazy shit in there.
Wow.
We were doing a spirit box session in that room, and I was talking backstage about Scotty, and we had her and one of our guests. It was an event, and we're doing a spirit box session. I go, "What's my name?" Eric. And I go, "What's her name?" Oh, what was the lady's name? But it said her name. And then I go, "Well, there's one more person." I go, "What's her name?" And I pointed at Scotty, and it said old.
Oh, hey, let's not get personal.
Yeah, that's how the spirits are with Scotty. So it's pretty cool. She didn't take it personal. She thought it was funny, but it's pretty cool in that women's club room. So pretty interesting.
That's really interesting. Yeah, women's clubs are also haunted. That's interesting too.
What if they're affiliated with your women's club?
I mean, who knows? When I was trying to do more research, that was popping up. That I think that location in Florida also kept on coming up in my searches and stuff. But there is a lot of history. I mean, there's a lot of like energy that rotates in and out. And who knows? I just found out that the Women's Club in Hollywood hosted it was like not a paranormal con, but they hosted a metaphysical convention there. Yeah, so I'm wondering if maybe something like that happened and it amplified the environment. So you never know with these places.
A few more Paracons. I didn't agree. Are you listening? ParaFlixx?
No. Have you guys ever tried to organize a Paracon? That is where the real horror is. That is where it gets complicated.
For years. I know. And we got the perfect location. We got several locations. Actually, the best location.
Eric's on the board for the esoteric Rock Island. Say it. I can't say it.
It's in Illinois. That's October 3rd. And
Good.
I didn't agree was there last year. But the whole ParaFlixx family is going to be there, and other David Sloan, Robert the Doll.
Yeah.
Will be there. So yeah, it's a great event. So if people are listening, still time to get tickets.
When is it?
October 3rd at the
October 3rd.
the Rock Island Roadhouse
That sounds fun.
Expo.
Yeah, it's right in the they call it the Tri-County area. It sits like right on the Mississippi River, and
so it's not too far from Chicago. It's a couple hours from Chicago.
You can fly in right into, I think, what was this? What was the city? I forgot.
O'Hare.
No. When you flew, it's right there.
HPN. It was right there. Yeah,
wow.
There's an airport right there.
But anyway, it was a YMCA, and then back during Prohibition, the mob used to run it, and along with Madam, they pretty much ran the city, and a lot of crazy stuff happened there, and a lot of paranormal activity goes on there. Even during our Paracon, things were happening.
Oh yeah, all of Illinois is crazy haunted. I mean, the gang activity was huge. The history is huge, and those cities are pretty old too. If we look back on it, there's a lot of activity there. Yeah, I went to Chicago last year, and that place is wild.
My girlfriend went to the that theater that caught on fire.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
I forgot that. No, my friend used to work there, and he hated it. He hated being there by himself. He would run out whenever he would have to close. Like, he was like part of their technical team. He only worked there for 6 months, but he was like, I like, even before I learned about the history of this place, I hated it. So yeah, that place is pretty intense.
So we're about halfway through the show right now, and we gotta run some quick little commercials for our sponsors, and then we'll be right back if you don't mind. So stay tuned. What's up? Mike and Eric from the Haunted Files here, and we got these pieces of paranormal equipment in our hand. Why is that?
Because we want to give a big shout out to the Ghost Hunter store, our sponsor. And you might see some of this equipment on your favorite ghost hunting shows. Is that right, Mike?
That's right, especially the Haunted Files on ParaFlixx.
And we're going to give you a special code for a discount on these devices.
That's right. So if you go to the Ghost Hunter store, you go to the website, when you check out, if you enter the code Ghost Gone Wild,
not Girls Gone Wild,
that's right, you get a discount on your purchase. So check them out. They're your one-stop shop for everything paranormal.
What's up, everybody? I'm Eric, and this is Mike from the Haunted Files. And Mike, we got something special to tell everyone, right?
We do. We have an amazing product here. This is from Haunted Happy Hour, where they make spirit-infused coffee. And what's cool about this product right here is it's the Haunted Files edition. It's a Dark Isles brew.
Yep, and it's got a blend of Irish cream, pistachio, and dark rum. A perfect blend to awaken your dark side, right, Mike?
Hell yeah, it is. And if you're feeling sluggish or you are ready to investigate all night, this is for you, man. And it is amazing tasting. And not only that, but what did ParaFlixx do for us and for the fans?
Well, you're going to get a special discount code that's on the package, and you're going to be able to get 3 months for free ParaFlixx. And who can they watch, Mike?
Well, they can watch us and all the other amazing investigators on the ParaFlixx platform. So get yours today, and make sure you check out ParaFlixx and the Haunted Files.
And if you're feeling dead inside, get caffeinated with Haunted Happy Hour.
Are you ready to explore the unknown?
Eventually.
Brace yourself for a journey into the supernatural. ParaFlixx Paranormal Plus, your gateway to the paranormal, all-in-one streaming service. Dare to explore, dare to believe, dare to stream alone.
It does not want us here.
Sign up now and embark on a supernatural adventure like never before. ParaFlixx Paranormal Plus, the universal home of paranormal.
So before we started the episode, we were talking a little bit backstage, and you said you were going to be visiting possibly Cassadaga, Florida. And we have a show on ParaFlixx for everybody out there that's listening called The Haunted Files. And we did an episode there, and I thought we would play that trailer. And we have 4 seasons out right now, guys. So if you want to go check them out, now's your chance. You get out there and you could binge watch all 4 seasons and see. We have more stuff in the works coming out. We have a Halloween special that we're going to be releasing, and then we'll see what else we got coming. So
surprise celebrity guest on that one.
Yep. And right now we have the Ann Stevens trailer I'm going to play here, and it talks a little bit about Cassadaga because it's located in Cassadaga. Welcome to the Haunted Files.
And tonight we are investigating the Ann Stevens house. You ready to do this?
I am. Let's do it.
We're going to have the pleasure of investigating the Ann Stevens bed and breakfast. Super haunted. It goes back to the early 1900s. And the interesting fact is that this place is located in a spiritual camp.
The one misconception that drives me the most crazy is that we are a community of witches.
For more than 125 years, the quiet community of Cassadaga has been somewhat of a mystery to many Central Floridians, and people have lots of other misconceptions about it too.
We worship the devil. There's an evilness about us. As spiritualists, we don't even believe in the devil.
But for those in the know, Cassadaga is a gateway to the great unknown.
After we reopened this as a bed and breakfast, some of our guests began having experiences. Some were tucked in. One morning, their bed had been made. Others had seen a man in a Civil War uniform. And we learned that this person had been Ann Stevens' gardener.
As darkness settles in over this quiet little town, you can feel the shift in the energy. With our equipment in hand, we head in, prepared to document whatever we may encounter.
You get close to that box again? Please? Just let us know you're here. Awesome. Get out. Edward. I swear I'm looking across the hallway in the other room, and I feel like someone's peeping out like a shadow.
I just got the chills.
Yeah, I felt that right there.
As soon as I passed the threshold.
He said devil, and we went to the devil's chair.
At 900 feet, the destination is on your left, the devil's chair.
In Cassadaga, Florida, sits the Devil's Chair, a stone seat said to summon the devil himself. Legends say that at midnight he'll speak to you. Leave a beer, and by morning it's gone. A chilling mystery, and one of Florida's darkest urban legends.
What does the devil's chair mean to you?
Daddy.
Tammie's like, I'm there.
I'm so there. Beer and everything. I'm there. With some of your coffee, of course. Gotta stay up.
Bring cheap beer though.
That's so true.
But yeah, Cassadaga is very cool, and you could feel the vibe when you get in there. And the interesting fact, there's like, I forget the name of it. It's like a haunted museum. Mike and I
There
went
is,
to.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, check that out when you go there too.
I heard like that place is also intense, and they have a room. It's like an old seance room that they rarely open, and oh, I can't wait.
Reading done.
Yeah, it's a very, very weird little town.
Oh yeah, I mean, I went to Lilydale last year, and that place was definitely weird, and the things that we saw and captured were unbelievable. And so I'm ready for it.
So
yeah.
How far was it? How long ago was it when you left New Orleans? Was it?
Oh, that was in 2009. I left New Orleans and headed to Los Angeles. And I I was still like in that journey of wanting to work in the industry, which I was able to do. And I got to work with a lot of celebrities and a lot of great locations. And these locations, like, pretty much were paving more of the way of my direction of heading into paranormal research and podcasting and investigating and just being
Like us.
able to. Hmm?
Like us.
Yeah, exactly. It just like kind of merged somewhere else. I mean, it kind of aligned because a lot of the places I was working out of were old sound stages and these old locations that had these stories, and weird things would happen to me and the crew on these locations that, I mean, we couldn't explain. And then we would later find out, oh yeah, that place is haunted. Oh, this has, many stories. There's someone who died here on this premise and they believe he comes back. So that's something that always seemed to have followed me in my journey. And when I started getting into education, I started working in acting schools. There was one acting school I worked out of. It was called the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and it was on the location where Charlie Chaplin built his first house.
Oh
And
wow.
it's off of La Brea. And right next door was the former Charlie Chaplin studio, which is the Jim Henson studio. And that place is very active.
The Muppets.
But yeah, but the location where my school is, you go next door to the library. The library was his former home. And I remember talking to the security guard. I'm like, you got to have stories, my man. He's like, I've been working here 20 years and I've seen a lot of things. In Hollywood, we're down the street from Sunset. We're down the street from the Roosevelt. But he was like, I've seen some things that I can't explain. And no, it's not like a crackhead. It's nothing like that. But, I've seen a man in a suit, in a hat, like a bowler hat, walk on the grounds and disappear into this
Oh wow.
into this wall, into this fence. I've seen a shadow man with a hat. Like, there were things that were going on in the school even after hours that people were seeing and experiencing. So was pretty much the birth of Hollyweird Paranormal Podcast. Let's talk about these things because no one knows about this location, and it just
Yeah.
catapulted there.
Well, being a night watchman, if you're a paranormal enthusiast, would be a perfect job. I used to tell the people, we were talking about the Riddle House. It's in a place called Yesteryear Village, and they have night security guard there. And I'm like, you know what? I would volunteer here one night and bring my recorders and stuff and
Right?
hang out.
You get paid to work, and then you're like,
Yeah,
I'm
no, I
just
told
gonna
them I'd do it
sneak in
for
a
free. You don't
little
pay me.
session.
Exactly. Drive around the golf cart.
See, you have transportation. You can like pack up your equipment, do your checks, do your walkthrough, and
Yeah.
investigate.
Hey, I thought I saw something in that house. I'm gonna have to go walk in and check it out.
Yeah, there you go.
30.
But yeah, that's what you're told. That's what you're taught, to go talk to security guards, to talk to
Yep.
night watchmen, and even like
Mhm.
the janitorial staff of these locations. They're there the longest and the latest. So
Yeah,
they're definitely gonna see a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
sure.
No, that's really the truth, right? These are the guys that are there all night by themselves. And if anybody has a story to tell, it's the night watchman.
Yeah.
We had a really nice guy that we met when we did the USS North Carolina, and he spends the night on the ship by himself and they rotate. They have a couple guys, but yeah, he had seen some really strange stuff.
Oh, I bet.
Hit us a couple times though, because he would be in another room just sitting in the dark, just like listening to what we're doing. And I'll walk in the room, I'd be like, holy shit. I didn't know you were there.
No,
Just
by
like
himself.
in the corner sitting by himself. Yeah.
When he's rotating, do they like rock, paper, scissors? You
Right.
No, he was interested in the paranormal.
That's good, though.
He was just listening to see what we were getting. He just wanted to hang.
Wow.
I mean, why is he going to sit in a room by himself when he can sit in the other room and listen to us doing the Delco and all, getting scared and all kinds of stuff? We had one of those big metal doors slam on us right before we even started investigating. It was
Wow.
wild.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially on a warship like that. Oof, in the history,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we definitely have the Queen Mary here, and that's the mother of all haunted ships here.
I
That
know. I want
I mean, if you
to.
want
I want
to,
to get.
yeah,
I want to get on there so bad.
if you want an experience, like that's a good place. And I used to know who was it, Becca and Aiden Sinclair, that used to lead the Grey Ghost experience. And they had the keys to the Jeep. They had the keys to the entire ship.
Wow.
They had access to the infamous pool. And when I did their tour, and when she opened the doors to that pool, I almost cried because I remembered that special episode of Unsolved Mysteries of the ghost
Yes.
jumping
Yes.
into the pool. And yeah,
And
it was
we had
amazing.
Brandon Alvis on the show, and he showed us that clip that
Yes.
he captured. Well,
The
he
girl
said,
peeking out.
yeah. So just wild stuff in that. And yeah, you said that with the Unsolved Mysteries, the original one with Robert Stack. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
awesome.
Do you know Sophia Temporelli?
Yes, I was on her show
Yeah.
a long time ago. Her parents are amazing.
Yeah,
She's
they
such a
are.
sweet girl.
She was telling me
Yes.
she's had some wild experiences at the Queen Mary.
Oh, yeah.
She was
Sometimes
on an episode.
they visit her from there, like at her house. Like she'll see them, like
Yeah.
kind of
That's
calling out
funny
to
that
her.
I'm still thinking about the Robert Stack episode. That was one of my favorite episodes, and they had
Right?
that was before like anything paranormal, right? And they had investigators with like
Yes.
their tape, not
Cassette
before,
recorders.
but it was before there was all these teams and all these people that were interested in it. They had like old cassette tape recorders, and they left one running down in the and they actually picked up voices and stuff, and there was nobody on the ship.
Yes, they left it in the rope deck, and you
Yep.
hear nothing but chaos in one clip. And what's so interesting about that show, they visited the ship twice. And what people don't know, the very first episode, the very first one they covered on the ship, I think it was on their first season, they brought a team of 20 psychics.
Yes, 20 psychics. Yes, correct.
Oh, wow.
And
They had
looked-
everybody
Yes.
spread out and walk around and write
But
down.
what was so interesting is none of them picked up Jackie. That was the most interesting part, is none of them picked up the little girl, but they picked up everybody else, Petter and everyone, but they didn't pick up on her, which I found very, very interesting. And it goes to that question, is she an egregore? Does she exist? And then comes Brandon Alvis with this picture of this woman, or I don't know if it's a woman or a little girl. It's like peeking out through a door of one of the changing rooms. So
yeah, it was one of the changing rooms. Yeah,
it was, there's so many puzzles to the Queen Mary pieces and stuff. And I know that there's been documented, I think it's been 57 or 58 deaths that have been fully recorded on the ship.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that people don't really know about. So, and
yeah. Plus, it was a military hospital.
It was a military hospital. It was a warship. It was, it was a lot of things, and it's seen a lot of people, and it's seen a lot of tragedies. And some of those tragedies are, also legend, like room B340. It was actually never really a murder that happened there. It was just a storage room, to be honest. Like I think Aiden and Becca did a massive research on it, and it was actually connected to a death that happened outside of the ship, that Disney came in and turned it into the lore of room B340, and they installed all the electronics and all sorts of things to turn on the lights and the faucets. And when they left, they kind of left a lot of those things behind in the room. But that room does have a lot of activity. So who knows if, yeah.
Is it still open? I thought I heard they were going to close it or something.
Well,
No.
it was taking on water. They have a lot of bilge pumps and things and everything, and they were going to close it to do some repairs, but
yeah, they were closed during COVID. Yeah, they took 2 years to repair the ship. Room B340 was closed for a bit. They revamped it, so now for $1,500 a night you can go and experience it.
And they have a storage closet.
Yeah, and I mean they have a Ouija board there now. Now it looks very spooky, because it used to look very it was very white. It was very pristine, and they had a couple of little writings and stories on the wall. And now it's booked, so people are wanting to experience what's inside.
Very cool.
When are you guys coming to California? When are you guys coming to Hollywood?
I'm booking my ticket after this show.
Great, good, wonderful.
No, we definitely have to go there. I mean, I don't know. We got to find the time between work, but I would love to go there. That's
Mhm.
like for us to go film there and investigate. That's something
Oh
that's on
yeah.
the horizon for sure for both of us.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a
But
lot of places.
we were like when we were backstage, we were talking about like voodoo and Santeria, and we're down in South Florida. We got the Latino culture, the Caribbean, and then you being from New Orleans, and I'm sure there's some of that going. Is it there's stuff like that that happens in LA?
Yeah.
I would
I
think it
mean,
would, yeah.
yeah, I mean, there are people who practice Santeria here and they practice other things that are underneath that umbrella. One of my really good friends, Tanya Mercado of Ashe Imports, her and her mom are practicing Santeras. Her mom is pretty high up there. She is not a babalao, which is like the highest priest,
Uh-huh.
because they're kind of sexist in a way. Like, it has to be a man that has to lead and be a priest. It can't be a woman. So that's where it kind of like gets a little gray. But other than that, I mean, I sat through misas. I've learned
Oh
a little
wow,
more about, yeah, the misas are pretty
very cool.
intense. Yeah, like you dress up in white, you can't wear black, you can't wear pants for a woman, you have to wear a skirt, and you have to sit in a circle, you have to
Is
pay
that why
homage
you
to.
wore white
Oh
tonight?
yes. I'm ready to sacrifice a chicken too. So but yeah, and I got to see that. Like I went to a party, it was a birthday and of her mom, and her mom was also doing something for this couple. I think something was going on in their lives where they needed to have the spell work done. And I
Uh,
couldn't find her. I was leaving. I wanted to say goodbye. And so they find her. She comes in and she's like, her hands are covered in blood. I'm just like, are you okay? She's like, I just sacrificed a chicken. I'm going to be done really soon with them, but I thank you so much. Did you bring cake? I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
is that
So,
the same religion that brings out the snakes? Because I don't like snakes.
no, actually I haven't heard of anything of the snakes. I've heard about the goats, the chickens, the
New Orleans
chicks.
has that. There's a
New
place in
Orleans
New
does
Orleans,
have that
right?
with voodoo. Yes,
Yeah.
there is that. And I haven't seen any rituals done over there. I mean there's not a lot of really good temples. I think there's one really good one off of Rampart, but there was a really good store off of St. Charles called the House of Hoodoo, and it was led by an actual Mambo, which was Mambo Jessica. And I don't know, it's just like you just see the people who run it. I'm like, I believe you and your ancestors. Like you guys have been practicing this for a very long
Right.
time. And what people don't understand, another misconception about voodoo is that it parallels with Catholicism. Like if you think about Marie Laveau, people don't understand that she was a God-fearing woman. She baptized both of her daughters at the St. Louis Cathedral. She went to church every Sunday.
Mhm.
That's the same cathedral me and my sisters were baptized. So that's cool to say that we were baptized in the same church that where Marie Laveau's daughters were baptized. And she was a working woman. She helped treat a lot of the patients during the yellow fever, and she made her rounds and stuff. And there's a lot of lore that surrounds her, but that practice parallels a lot with Catholicism because they do
Okay.
have a day where they celebrate Saint Joseph. They pay, they don't like they dedicate a lot of bread and coin and money to his altars once a year. So it's really, really cool to see that.
La Gritona is popular out west too, right? Or is that Texas? I'm thinking.
Ooh, Gritona, I've never
La
heard.
Gritona?
La
Or,
Llorona, we still have her here.
or
Yeah,
maybe that's what
Gritona.
I'm thinking. La Llorona. La
La
Llorona.
Llorona,
That's
yeah.
like gringo
There's
Spanish. Shame
yeah.
on me. My mother's from Ecuador.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My mom is from Honduras, so I'm half
Oh, cool.
Honduran and half Lebanese. So
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
I get
I'm
all the
half
cultures.
Ecuadorian and half Dutch.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Do you know any
You mix?
Dutch? Speak
No.
of the Deutsch? No.
No.
That's all I know. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because I feel like those legends do seep out, even though they're in outside countries, they do seep into the US culture here too. Because where I'm from, where I'm living in San Fernando, people believe they see La Llorona here in certain parts. So it's really interesting to see how it like kind of like correlates with all the legends and lores here.
That dress behind you, is that what you wear to the service?
Yes, of course. There is a legend of the woman in white here in San Fernando, and I do dress up as her, and I do lead free investigations around the mission where people have seen her. And I like doing that with the community, and I like dressing up as, you know, one of their local, I guess, cryptids or legends, because she is a staple around here.
You pop out in the bushes, things like
Exactly.
that.
I do that, and I start crying. I'm like, they're like,
There's-
what motivates you?"
Like,
there's one in Florida as well, at the Castillo de Eric, what's it? Yeah.
St. Augustine.
Say it.
Oh, there is?
Castillo de St. Marcos. Yeah, there's
a weeping woman there too.
Yeah.
Another one.
There's a story about.
Well, it's true. It's a true story.
It's a true story. It's about a general's wife. I think he was the commander, Spanish officer that ran.
I can't remember if it was Spanish or French at that point, but
no, it was definitely Spanish.
Okay.
And she was having an affair with like one of his lieutenants, and he found out about it. And in one of the chambers, he handcuffed him, you know, to the wall, shackled him to the wall, and then sealed the place, and then left him there to die.
And they didn't find it until like the 90s.
Oh,
they didn't
no.
Yeah, they didn't even know that because they sealed up the wall. And
That
the only
is
way that they
insane.
found it
You
was
can go in there now.
Yeah, the only way they found it is they were repairing something when the fort was closed, and they found like this
my
hollow
God.
spot, and they opened it and they found the two skeletons in there. And they were they say they see the lady in white there before they found the actual. They didn't know what it was from or why, but then they found that. And there's like a whole at the wax museum that's nearby in St. Augustine, they have the two skeletons, like they replicated it as they were found.
Oh my God.
And everything, and there's like a whole story on it and how everything, and
you gotta check out the fort.
I
went
really want to
there.
go.
I went there during COVID, just before COVID, before they shut down everything. My in-laws rented a beach house, and then COVID hit and they shut everything down. I'm like, I got nothing better to do. I'll go up there and join them. And I went around the whole town, all the bars, all the restaurants, nothing was open. You could hear a pin drop. And I got so much shit, especially you can't go inside the fort at night, but I went to the executioner's wall, and there's like still the cannonball, like divots in there. And I stuck some recorders, and I stuck an EDI. I got an EVP. I forgot what response, but it was intelligent. But the cool thing was the EDI senses vibration.
Yeah.
And it's at 1 a.m. in the morning, and I have it in the cannonball hole, and it's sensing vibration. Like, what the
That
heck?
is crazy. That's a good idea, though.
Yeah, I remember Joe and I went there because you told us about it, where the wall was, and we went over there, and we weren't getting any EVPs. And I'm like, Joe, why don't you try in Spanish?
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then he started asking questions in Spanish, and then we started getting responses.
Well, I'm gonna have to do that. Brush up on my Spanish.
So I got a recommendation for you. If you go visit the fort during the day, when they do the cannon demonstration on the top, that's when that's your opportunity to go into that chamber where they locked up.
You have to crawl in. You have to get
crawl
down.
in. And I got an amazing EVP. I put down the recorder, and it was recording, and I asked, ¿Hablas español or francés? And I get a response back, francés. It was really weird. Because
don't know French.
They killed a lot of French there as well, because they wouldn't, if you didn't convert to Catholicism, you're pretty much dead. And then
that fort was used by a bunch of different people.
The Spanish, I think the British were there, the Americans.
Everyone.
Yeah. They locked up Native Americans in there.
Isn't there a fountain of youth? And you can there actually is water that you can drink. I was told not to drink it because of embarrassing.
I wouldn't drink, no.
I did.
You did.
Get dysentery.
It smells.
Ew.
It stinks. But check out the lighthouse.
There's supposedly like 3 different spots in Florida where the Fountain of Youth is supposedly. There's one there in St. Augustine. There's one on the west coast of Florida. And then there's another one in like a town where there's like a little drinking faucet. Like it was supposedly they built over it, and they still had like this little like a freshwater bubbles out of it, and you could drink out of it. But but they're all hearsays, you know.
Yeah, check out the lighthouse, the old jail. The
I can't wait.
Museum. Torture Museum is haunted.
Oh, I have a list already.
All right, awesome. If you want any tips, just message me.
I definitely will. Like, hey, where do I go? And also, it's a good place to eat, you know.
Oh yeah. Sure. Well, you can't go wrong. Pretty much anywhere there is good, especially if you like Spanish food. The Colombian restaurant, the Colombian restaurant. That's what I would recommend going to.
Okay, good to know.
Colombian, something like that.
All right,
it's all Spanish food.
That's fine with me.
Riquísimo.
Riquísimo. They also have places where they have like a pan dulce and a cafecito. I'm fine with that too.
Oh yeah, get that too. Yeah. But I can't believe we already went an hour. We definitely have to bring you back, and maybe after St. Augustine.
Yes.
Vega, see what you
definitely
what happened to
me
you.
with my little Delco goggle.
Yeah. If you come back, if you're able to get back home in one piece.
Oh, I will. Don't knock on wood. God willing, I will do that. Yes. But there's a lot of places I'm heading to. So. Exactly.
So Tammie, tell the folks where they can find you. If you got anything upcoming, it doesn't matter if it's East Coast, West Coast. Maybe we got some West Coast listeners.
Oh, yes. I have a lot of things coming up. I just got approved for a haunted history investigation here in San Fernando at the Lopez Adobe. I'll be the first investigator to do an investigation and tour throughout it. It's one of the oldest adobes here in San Fernando, and that will be for August the 8th. Then I'm taking my trip to Florida, probably going to Casadega and then St. Augustine. And then from there, I go to Savannah, Georgia. And on August the 18th, I'm leading an investigation. Yeah, it's going to be awesome with Tawny Lewis and Inika Ettenfield, who's the haunted historian based out of Savannah. And we're going to investigate and lead an investigation, a public investigation at the Savannah Paranormal Museum. And that place is wild. That place is crazy. Yes.
I haven't heard of that place.
Oh, it just opened, I think, a year.
Okay.
I think almost a year or two ago. And they've been collecting haunted dolls, Ouija boards, paintings, cursed objects. So they're all there. And they're causing the staff to run out in the middle of the night while they're trying to close. So that's what I have waiting for me in August. And I can't wait.
Very cool.
So where can people find you if they want to follow you and check out all your stuff that you got going on?
Oh yeah, you can follow me on Instagram under Hollyweird Paranormal and Facebook, and you can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and iHeartRadio of Hollyweird Paranormal Podcast. And you can follow my personal adventures in the paranormal on TikTok under Haunted LA Girl. So yes, you can see where I'm going through that app.
I'm not big on TikTok, but I have to be. That's what everyone
gotta be. It's a great,
I'm working on it.
Little app right there. But yeah, Haunted LA Girl. You'll see a lot of where I'm going, what I'm doing, and that's where I'll be.
Very cool. Make sure you check her out. If you want to check out any of my personal content with the social media, as far as my paranormal experiences and different things I got going on, the easiest way is if you go to my website. It's flaparanormalresearcher.com. FLA like Florida, and that links out to all my social media platforms. And we post all the time about stuff coming up with the Haunted Files, different events that we get going on. And Eric, tell us about what else we got going on. And
well, our team, Ghost Hunters of South Florida, we're coming up with a whole bunch of events, especially at the Daring Estate. Pretty much we got about 10 events going on just in the month of October. No, wait, not 10 events. 9 events in the month of October.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. So, and it was super active last year. Getting touched, disembodied voices, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Hi, April.
It gets there. April. That's our bestie. And I'm going to be coming out with releasing some dates soon for the Gold Coast Railroad Museum. That will probably be September, October.
Never disappoints.
Never disappoints. And Old Davie Schoolhouse as well. And
looking forward to getting back there.
And maybe a surprise new location in Miami.
Love surprises.
Yep. And check us out at the Haunted Rock Island Esoteric Expo, October 3rd in Rock Island, Illinois. And just go to my social media, Eric Vanderlaan on Facebook, Ghost Hunters of South Florida on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok that I'm trying to work on. That's it.
Awesome. So thank you again, Tammie, for coming on. It was a great show. We had an awesome time speaking with you. Look forward to having you back again, and keep it spooky. And we will see you, folks. Actually, I don't think we're going to do a show next week. I'm going to be out of town. Unless you want to do one by yourself, up to you. We'll see. So keep posted, but we'll be back for sure the following Monday. If not, see you guys then. And awesome. Thanks for watching.